tonight. We're going to go ahead and start with some brief audience expectations. Harmony is going to go ahead and read those for us. I appreciate you listening and doing a great job, and we're excited to play a lot of fun music for you.
Good evening, and welcome to our Christopher Coffin end-of-year orchestra concert. We are pleased to welcome you to our concert and would like to inform you of some traditional audience expectations.
Thank you.
Please silence all electronic devices so as to avoid interrupting the performance. Sometimes we record during the concert, and the fewer interruptions we experience, the better quality recording we will have. You are welcome to take photos or videos, however, please be mindful of those around you so you do not inadvertently hinder their experience. Please refrain from talking during all performances, and please try not to distract the students who are on stage. These students have worked hard and their performance deserves to be heard. We welcome applause to honor performances unless otherwise requested, such as between movements. If you aren't sure when it's the proper time to applaud, a good rule of thumb is to applaud when the conductor turns around to face the audience. Oftentimes, our music will change character suddenly, and the effect can be lost if there is applause at a premature time. If you have a child who is crying or needs to exert a bit of energy, you are welcome to take them to the cafeteria and return when they have calmed down. If you need to leave the auditorium, please wait until the group has finished the work and do not re-enter the auditorium until the next piece is finished. Thank you again for your support of our CMA Orchestra program. We are glad you are in our audience tonight, and we hope you enjoy the concert.
been joking about the final countdown to our final concert, so we're excited to start our concert with that. Our next piece is actually a piece that has never been performed before because it was just written about a month ago by our own teacher, Mr. Sturts, and he's going to be playing the piano on it. We'll be going straight from the beginning of the Chariots of Fire hymn straight into Lullaby, so there won't be any applause between those two pieces. They'll seg from one into the other, and then at the end of Lullaby, feel free to applaud for both pieces. So again, thanks to Mr. Sturts for writing that over spring break for us to play. It was it's always fun getting to try new things that haven't existed before. And it's really hard to learn them because you can't go listening to a recording because they've never existed before. So kind of a fun experiment. And we also had Aaliyah who played our violin solo. So we want to give a round of applause for that. And our last 8th grade piece is just a whole lot of fun, so we hope you enjoyed Moon Dance. Again, we had Evan Crossman as our soloist for that piece, so if we can give him a round of applause. All right, we've got a quick transition coming. Our 8th grade is going to go ahead and head off the stage. We're going either in the back for bass players, we're going out to the audience, we're going to the orchestra room, and our 6th and 7th graders are coming on stage quickly. Thank you for staying quiet, orchestra students. The faster you do this transition, the sooner we get done with the concert and you get ice cream afterwards. Something that you might find interesting, a lot of you will recall that we had that tornado, orchestra, I mean you're not talking on stage. We had that tornado go through a couple of weeks ago, and a couple of our families in the building were impacted by that. They lost a lot in their families. They suffered a lot of damage to their properties, possibly total loss in one of the cases. So we are trying to help. The next day we came back and the orchestra kids were like, what can we do to help? And so we've got these really cool instruments that our 8th grade orchestra students have been decorating in art class. So we have one which is here. This is the cello. It's all kinds of fun colors, and you can put it in a wall and look really cool. We've also got a violin, which is a smaller wall hanging. This is right here. And it's, again, lots of fun colors, lots of fun things. If you are interested in either of these instruments, we're going to be giving them away to the 2 people that donate the most. So the person who donates the most will get the cello, and the person who donates the next most will get the violin. We can only take cash. Part of it is just our district requirements. So there is a link on the back of your program, and if you use your phone, you can go to that form, and you can sort of put in like a bid, which is how much you would like to contribute over the next week. You can send it to school with your kid, you can mail it to the school, and they'll give it to me. And then if you end up being one of our highest donors, I'll email you and let you know, and you can come get this wonderful instrument for that one. All of that money is going directly back to the families that suffered those losses. So if you're interested in helping, you're welcome to do that. I thought it was a really neat idea. Our 6th graders were the ones who came up with it. And so it's fun to see them wanting to give back to our community and help support our school. All right, we are about ready to get going, so feel free to check out that QR code, and we'll be back here in a moment with Edelweiss. like to take the time to acknowledge really quick, if you are on stage and you started playing an instrument this year, would you stand up? So we have a good number of these kids who started. Some of them are 6th graders, some of them are 7th graders who actually started this year and got thrown into a class with a bunch of people that already started learning last year on a computer screen. So it's been an interesting group, but we're excited to be coming out of all of the craziness of the last 2 years with kids who are doing a great job learning to play their instruments. If you go ahead and have a seat. One other person that I forgot to mention beforehand is Mrs. Orr. She's our wonderful co-teacher for 6th grade orchestra. We are really lucky to have her here. Traveling co-teacher schedules change every year, but we're really glad we've got her. So if we can give her a round of applause. And some of you might remember a familiar face back there on violin. Earlier this year, we started the year with Miss Betts, and then her schedules ended up changing, and she ended up at Mayberry instead of here. But she was willing to come back for our final concert and sit in, so it's good to have her back with us. And some of you probably recognize our piano player, and he's retired, but he still comes back and plays piano with us. So we appreciate Mr. Gray. Our next piece is very high energy, so we hope you enjoy Dragon Slayer. remember the great experiment we do at our winter concert where we play everybody on stage and we all play We Wish You Merry Christmas in a round, and that way nobody knows if it was right when it ended. But tonight we actually had a chance to practice these pieces yesterday in a combined rehearsal. So we're excited to play for you with our entire combined orchestra. make sure we've got a little bit of a walkway for our guest conductor. our serenading strings are doing something that you will understand in about 20 minutes. But we've got some fun orchestra awards to go over. Some exciting people I wanted to recognize. One of them is not actually here tonight, but we had several 7th graders who participated in our all-city orchestra. So if you would go ahead and stand up so that we can acknowledge you. Ashton Tran is a viola player, and Aaliyah Venegas. We also had some 8th graders who participated in all-city orchestra. So Ava Wynn, Nando, Evan Crossman, Harmony Mai, and Henry Wynn, who is our dinosaur. These students all had to give up a lot of evening rehearsals in order to make the all-city performance happen, and then they got together with a lot of kids from other schools, and it was a beautiful concert. I hope a lot of us will be involved in that next year as 7th and 8th graders in all-city orchestra. That is the precursor to All-State, or the Casta Statewide Orchestra, which we also had some students participate in. They did have to do All-City in order to be eligible for All-State, but we've got Evan, Harmony, and Aaliyah who represented us there, so if we can give them a round of applause. Then we've got some fun 8th grade awards that we always like to go through and recognize. We're going to start with recognizing some of the people in our orchestra that don't always get recognized. They're people who consistently do the right thing, but they don't really like the spotlight. They don't like to be up at the very front. They like to just kind of chill in the back and do their thing well. And so we wanted to recognize some of these students with the Orchestra Award. First we have Brenna. Next student is Lizzie. Violist is Dan. Next cellist is Rachel. I feel like Rachel always tells me she loves me all the time, so I feel like I have to say, Rachel, I love you. All right, Fiona. So that everybody can appreciate Fiona. She was up here finishing painting that instrument about an hour ago. She was really excited about being able to do that artistic process with it, and she did a great job with it. Jasleen, our violinist. Talia, over in our viola section. Eileen. Ava. Sorry, I should have specified Ava Ralph. Piper Sturz. Abel. Christina. So again, these are students that they don't always get the spotlight, but it's nice to go and recognize them because they've been a big part of our orchestra program. The next award we're going to do is the Servant Leadership Award. This is somebody that I think of when I am trying to figure out who has exemplified a joy in music to people in our community. The one that jumps to mind is someone who was always ready to go and play at nursing homes. I think at the end of every nursing home we would go play, she would be like, can we just keep playing? She really enjoyed meeting people. She's up here reading the instructions for audience expectations all the time. Harmony Mai is our servant leader. The next two that we've got are called Crescendo Awards. These are for students that have demonstrated a lot of improvement this year. One benefit is that everybody almost got this because last year was such a crazy year. Everybody got to show improvement when we came back to regular learning. But there are two students that I've really been impressed with this year. They work really hard. They do a great job learning their music and show up and commit. Jaden Hong and Erica Lynn. Erica, if you can stand up, we're going to pass this back to you. most likely for someone to look at them and go, what? And where did your music go? Nobody knows. Where is your instrument? Are you at the right school? Why is your viola covered in roses? Our Bermuda Triangle Award goes to Ezra. This one was one that was requested, the Best Remote Learner Award. It's an award I hopefully will never have to do after this year. But in 7th grade, this person had her camera on all the time. Who was it? Yeah, it was Harmony Mice. Well done. Our best Okay, this is someone who was so surprised because I've got a line out my door every year asking to be my proctor. And so that's just kind of a teacher's assistant who comes in and helps organize music and do all kinds of things. And so our winner of the Future Orchestra Teacher Award this year goes to our proctor, Evan Crossman. Let's go! We're getting close to the end of these. The Most Sensible Award goes to, ironically, our dinosaur, Henry Quinn. That moves as the music inspires them. And I think, again, 8th grade, who won? Yay! Okay, let it out. Our next award was the Best at Watching the Conductor. This is someone who, I often joke, there's always 3 eyes on me. I don't even know where their 3rd eye comes from, but they're always watching me. Gabby Williamson. Right, our Nicest Person Award, and again, these are awards the students voted on. They selected who got most of these. Minnie was our nicest person. And our last one for our Sforzondo Award, or the student who is the loudest, goes to someone who kept us entertained with attendance questions and stories about Oreos for years of what felt like pandemic learning. So thanks, Evan, for the Sforzondo Award. All right. Our last few are the MVPs. So these are the students who were voted by their sections, and so who they thought was the most valuable player in terms of helping get their section awarded. So our violist was Mia Wynn. Our next violinist that was selected, it's always challenging. We had probably 13 names that were all nominated for this, but the winner was Ava Wynn. Our bass MVP was Amelia Bootsma. Our second violin, we have 2 violin sections, our other violinist was Evan Crossman. And our cellist was Henry Wynn. And the 2 most fun awards that we get to do, these are an award that I started a couple years ago as a joke, but they've actually come to be my favorite award. These are the 7th and 6th graders' favorite 8th grader awards. They don't get to just vote, they have to actually write why they think that this is the best person. So I'm going to start by telling you some of the kids that didn't win. Here's what people in 6th and 7th grade had to say about them. Amelia Bootsma is a bass god, and she's very kind and nice. Ava always treats everybody fairly and is a great string player. Mia has amazing hair, is super sweet, warm-hearted and nice, and a general viola goddess. Talia is one of the kindest 8th graders and is always wonderful. Brenna cares about everyone she meets and makes them feel valued. Lizzie has an amazing personality and is so nice. Donovan is a great stand partner and fun to play with. Christina is a great violist and super nice. Eileen and Harmony were also nominated. Ultimately, it was a tie between two of our students. The first one goes to, I quote, "a really good helper who has helped me a lot. He's a funny and nice person that makes us laugh. He may be loud, but he is kind and he feels the music. If the teacher is gone, our favorite proctor is always there for us." So Evan Crossman. The second award goes to someone that is really great at cello, is incredibly funny, is a great string player, and is like a brother to us. It's obvious he practices hard and is excellent. He rarely messes up, and he's always nice. Henry Wynn. So a lot of people tell me I'm crazy for teaching middle school, but they are such great kids, and I love seeing them build these relationships. I know a lot of our 8th graders are always sad to leave, and our 6th graders and 7th graders are sad to see them go. But it's fun because we get to build those same relationships again next year, and so we're excited to see where we can be a year from now. All right, the last thing we've got to do really quickly is our solo ensemble. Thankfully, most of these are one ratings, but I wanted to recognize our students that performed at Solo Ensemble Festival this year. So when I say your name, go ahead and stand up and stay standing until you get your ribbon. Joe Sims got a 1 rating in our violin section. Jeff Sierra in the cello section got a 1 on her solo. Sarah in the viola section got a 1 on her solo. Allie Barkley got a 1 on her solo. Abby Fielding got a 1 on her solo. Felicity got a 1 on her solo. Juliana got a 1 on her solo. Malaysia got an AP, which is an advanced placement rating on her solo. 6th grade string ensemble, if you want to go ahead and stand up, and you can just come get your ribbons from me later. If you're in 6th grade ensemble, would you stand up? The first ensemble, they got a 1. Riley Moss, the cellist, got a 1 on her solo. Ava Park got a 1 on her solo. And our 7th grade string ensemble got a 1 on their solo. I just realized, just cut off, I forgot a couple of you. Evan got a 1 on his solo. Harmony got a 1 on her solo. And our serenading strings got a 1 on their ensemble. Oh, and our 8th grade ensemble got a 1 too. All right, another exciting thing we got to do this year was our school hosted the District Common Assessments, which are kind of like a music festival for the city of Wichita in our public schools. Our kids received a 1, which is the highest rating. I take a lot of pride. I take a lot of pride in the fact that we got a perfect score from one of our judges, which is really hard to do as someone who judges festivals. It's really easy to find things to pick apart. So they did a great job representing our orchestra and earning this plaque, which is right down here. I also got to commend Ava Wynn, Henry Wynn, Brenna, Amelia, Talon, Mia, Harmony, Kathy, and Jessica for helping. They helped all day with our DCA festival, and they made sure people didn't come into the auditorium. They moved like 2,000 chairs. They did a great job and really helped make our school look good. The last thing we got to talk about is that our orchestra went to Worlds of Fun last weekend. Some of you might have had a sleepless Saturday night when they came to pick us up. But we did receive 1s from all of our judges there, so we got our 1 rating. We also, though, found out yesterday that we were selected as the 2nd overall orchestra. So we got our trophy down here from our Worlds of Fun competition, where we were the 2nd overall orchestra. music. So enjoy Serenading Strings. All right, our next piece features Harmony Mai. Ms. Kirk, I think we're ready. If you want to go ahead and turn the lights down. I promised the kids that we could keep the lights on for a second to get to get a really cool shot with their bows. So here's your photo opportunity. All right, hold up your lightsaber bows. And if you're behind them now, you should be putting on the other thing that we all know what I'm talking about. final song without there being a pun of some kind. And so we did this piece earlier this year for a recruiting concert, and we joked that everybody should join our superhero orchestra and be part of our superhero team. And so the number one request was, can we please wear capes at our final concert? So against my better judgment, here we are wearing capes. So we've got plenty of caped superheroes throughout our orchestra. All right, here is the Avengers. Thanks to our principal, Ms. Craddock, our amazing custodial staff who's been here constantly helping. There's tons of CMA teachers who you've seen walking around helping make all these logistics work. Our awesome office staff who has taken attendance all the times that I've been in here trying to get kids from across the building. So thank you so much to a great supportive school and district for having our orchestra be part of it. And we'll see you back here next year. Don't forget to donate to that tornado relief if you can. Leave your email in there, and if you end up getting one of our instruments, we'll email you to let you know. Miss Kirk is our band teacher, and she's going to be selling chocolates if you'd like to buy a chocolate bar on your way out that helps support our band and orchestra program.
Okay.